All right, my friends, this is the best estate planning book you should get if you're concerned at all with living trust, or you don't know what a living trust is, or you're looking at trust for any capacity. I'm just telling you right now, this is not the number one estate planning book to get for estate planning. That one is called Beyond the Grave, which I'll put another link in the show notes. But for trusts, you've got to get Vicky Schumacher's book, Understanding Living Trust. So let me share with you an example. When I first went to USAA, I had a CFP. I had 10 years experience. I'll never forget sitting there next to we're in orientation for the financial planning area. And so they threw us all together, the financial planners, because we're so elite, because we have CFPs. And then there was a life insurance reps, the phone reps. And I'll never forget sitting there, and there's one lady, she's a big, heavy-set lady, older, and she was saying, yeah, I couldn't believe I was talking to this guy. I didn't know the difference between a trustee and an executor. I was like, because I did not know. This is back in 2008. I said, yeah, can you believe that? That's crazy. And then she started going off on some other things about trust. The living trust, just because it's a living trust doesn't void your estate. I was like, yeah, can you believe that? I didn't know either. Shh. I did not know either. I was like, it's nuts. And I guarantee if you pulled the vast majority of CFPs, they won't know either, because they're not trained on a lot of this stuff. A lot of the CFPs come from investment background. The folks who come from insurance background know this crap, which is why I will say until I'm blue in the face, the insurance people have more financial chops than the investment people, even though the insurance people, a lot of them don't have a CFP. They have a CHFC, which is the insurance industry version of the CFP. I'm just telling you, man, I've been in this a long time. If I need financial planning and I get an investment guy and I get an insurance guy, I'm going to the insurance company, the guy. Knowing full well the guy's going to try to sell me a bunch of insurance products. I get that. But I'm just telling you right now, understand that. I've been in this business a long time. I've seen a bunch of clowns, and the majority of investment guys don't know their head from a hole in the ground when it comes to financial planning, estate planning. I mean, most of the insurance guys do, because that's how they make sales. They make sales for you being unaware of the estate tax that you're dealing with, and they can show you how to generate a tax-free income. And that's through life insurance. Look, that's how they do it. Doesn't mean it's bad or evil. It just means they have a training that's different than investment guys, but their training for financial planning is much, much more so beneficial. All right. So I go to my unit, so to speak, at USAA. There's a guy named Dave Tedesco, an Italian guy who played the piano. I think it might even be like opera level piano player. The dude, when you met this guy, he's been since died. I think he had a heart attack. Oh, man, rest his soul. Man, when he talked to Tedesco, he's a very grating guy. He's just like, oh, that guy drives you up the wall, because he's just, he's a know-it-all essentially. And but when he got to know him, he was just a lovable little fuzzball. He's just a great, great guy. He helped me. I cannot tell you how much Tedesco helped me in my career as a financial planner. I look back, there's a couple guys that jump out, but Tedesco was number one in terms of like taking me under his wing and showing me things I'd never thought before. Now, Tedesco's a big insurance guy, and then going back to the thing about the life insurance guys knowing estate planning and the investment guys don't. And he was big on universal life insurance, whole life insurance in particularly. And he knew it back. He would run rings around you. His whole thing was that if you put all this money in, you can have a great retirement. I said, yeah, but who has that kind of money, David? He goes, well, you got to find it. And I said, yeah, but who? I don't know. We had a disagreement. It was just like, yeah, I get it. But who's got that kind of money to do the planning that he's proposing? And he said, you got to find it. And he just, anyway. Well, this goes back to why life insurance is great if you got some serious cash flow to put in towards it when you're young and healthy. If you don't, it's just not great. It's just not. But anyway, so he shared me with his book. He said, go, and because he could tell I was ignorant, as many people are when they came to USA, because they came from the investment background. They got the CFP to show their street creds. All they were doing is hawking investment products, and they wanted to separate themselves from the vast majority of investment guys at Ed Jones or the life insurance guys. And so they get a CFP. I'm telling you, man, I know how this works. They said the CFP is the one thing I could use to differentiate myself from all these other clowns out there. And it'll show you that I know what I'm talking about, even though you can go to one of these Ken Zahn classes for freaking a weekend, take a 2-week course, and then you can sit for the CFP and pass. I mean, it's just like the LSAT. If you know how to take the test, yeah. Anyway, that's not how I did it. I did it through the college financial planning. Had books on top of books on top of books on top of books, and took me 5 years. I mean, I started before I had children, and I ended when I had 2 children. And I remember the guy named George Rand, another one of these guys, old kind of crusty guy. We're at the Thomas House, which is a Mennonite restaurant in Dayton, Virginia, eating lunch, and we're just kind of going my career aspirations because I just was landing in a bank. And I said I was thinking about, I was studying for the CFP. I think I'm going to drop it. I just don't need it. He goes, no. And I remember him. I remember like it was yesterday. He goes, dude, you need to fix it. You need to finish it up. I said, but George, I don't know. He goes, dude, just do it. You'll be better off for it. And I did. And because of George Rand, I continued on, even though it took me, I'd wake up at 04:30 every morning, study for 2 hours before the kids got up, got my monkey suit on, went to work at the bank. Every single day I did that. Every single day for 4 years. Finally went up to Richmond, in Northern Virginia. Stayed at my brother's house. It was a 2-day course, 2-day exam. And I passed, and I didn't know I passed. That frankly, I had no clue when I was done with it, but I was passed. And I said, if I don't pass, I'm not taking this again. It's just not in the cards, and it did. And here I am, and you're watching. It's crazy. But anyway, so George Rand was big, and then my man Dave Tedesco, he said, all right, Scanlon, the issue is that you don't know that much about estate planning, and that was that was, to say the least, I didn't. So to start with this book right here, Understanding Living Trust by Vicky Schumacher. And I went out and bought it, and this has been updated a number of times. I tell you, man, it was like magic. It all made sense after I read this book. It's I wish I have it upstairs in my attic because I haven't read it for a long time. But it's like what's the word? Like a magazine kind of size book. It's not like a book like it's not like a book like this. It's actually big. It's I don't know what, 10 by 5 or something like that. It's a big book, and it's freaking awesome, man. It is. I read that book, and it all made sense. It's like, oh, now does that mean I make some sense more than an attorney? No. But I magically understood what a living trust was versus a revocable trust. Magically understood what a co-trustee was versus a grantor versus a successor trustee. It just all made sense. She talks about community property. She talks about common law. It's just, again, I don't know what the updated version is. It's the 7th edition, but man, you got to get this puppy. I'm telling you, if you are considering estate planning, you've got to get this book. It's fantastic. And you shouldn't get a lot of reviews on here because not that many people are. But if you're watching my show, you are. If you're watching this video, you got to get the book, man. There's just no other way around it. I'll put a link in the show notes. And if you get it through my link, I get paid. But man, I cannot tell you how critical that was for me, for Tedesco and that just changed everything. It literally changed everything for me as a financial planner. All right. Hope you like this. Don't forget to smash, and love to hear your comments if you do get it, or if you have other books to recommend on living trust, put them in the notes. We'll see you now.